Hi, and welcome back to So Blessed by Jess. This last Saturday, I went to Raleigh and they were having the original Sewing Quilt Expo. So there were so many vendors there that around the sewing community, with their forms and all these different fabrics and wool and cotton, and just did not see any tweed. Did not. I did see a lot of wool. And the quilt world was there too. So it was a really good marriage for both of them. Like, it was amazing how it was all put together. There were long arms there. There was embroidery machines there. There were a few stations where you could make and take, or even sew things to donate to local charities in North Carolina. So whatever was made there at the expo that day was going to go. It's like, I think they were making pillowcases and different things like that. You got to choose the project that you wanted to do, and it got donated. So I thought that was really amazing. I did take pictures of the quilts I found interesting, and I will be showing you those in just a moment. But I had so much fun, and this expo travels all around the United States. I know that it's kind of like we're at that point in time in our calendar year, which everything starts to slow down because summer is upon us, and there's not a lot of quilt shows in the summer. There just really isn't. Come on, quilt world, what are we doing? Like, I'm a teacher. Like, this is when I can do things, and there's nothing going on. But it will be in Dallas at the end of July. Like, that's when it starts kicking back up again. I am planning on submitting a quilt into this contest, and you will eventually, I will share that information with you when I do. I'm actually working on it right now, so that's amazing. And yeah, good times. It is good times. So without further ado, let's go ahead, scoot off into the video, and then I'll do an outro at the end. right. So that was just a sampling of all of the quilts that I saw. And did you see that teddy bear at the end? Absolutely adorable. And I have that same pattern. And I was like, I've always wanted to make memory bears. Yeah, I might just go ahead and do that every now and then. See when it comes to fruition. But anywho, enough said. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will leave information down below in the description box where you can find all the information about this Quilt Expo. As it's traveling around, you can still enter quilts into Houston until the end of this month, or Dallas, or whichever one that it is. And if I get to accepted, I'm going to go because it's the weekend right before school starts. And who wouldn't want to go on a little mini vacation between now and then? Pick me. I'm ready for vacation already. We have 6 more days of school, right? 6? 6, I think 6. Next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. Anywho, it's going to be amazing. I'm really going to miss my babies. But that's another video for another time. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming out and enjoying these pictures with me. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I will try to get in the information back with you as soon as possible. All right, until the next video. Bye.